And do that. And then go ahead and try to bring up your screen and then I will start your time.
Okay. I am really nervous.
Oh, no, don't be. We're just regular people.
Oh, let's see.
Right, everybody?
I don't do a lot of the presentations, so I'm hoping that I got everything right and it works well.
Sure, no problem. All right, just tell me when you're started and then I'll start your 10 minutes. And if I have to cut you off, then it's no big deal. The next, like the question and answer segment might lead into whatever you missed. So
Okay,
no
that's
big deal.
fine. I
All
think
right, go
I'm
ahead.
ready.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Well, my name is Jillian Rogers, and I am the owner of Ella Rose Diagnostic Ultrasound. And our goal is to be a sound alternative for affordable ultrasound imaging services in our area. Our mission is to deliver high quality diagnostic ultrasound imaging services at a significantly lower cost compared to conventional medical pricing. We are dedicated to supporting local healthcare organizations and affiliated service providers in developing top-tier diagnostic ultrasound imaging services to their patients at a more affordable rates. Our vision is to expand patients' access to exceptional diagnostic ultrasound imaging services while ensuring that these services remain within their financial means. Let's talk about why, who, and where. So Ella Rose came to fruition through my background. I have 17 years of ultrasound experience through Aspirus Wausau Hospital and Clinics. From there, I went into an elective only ultrasound business called Stork Vision, where I saw prenatal women, prenatal care. I did prenatal ultrasounds. And throughout that, as COVID came around and healthcare prices rose and people were losing their jobs, it became apparent that diagnostic services were needed at costs that people can afford. We were constantly getting calls and emails asking for ultrasound services that I could not provide through that franchise. So Ella Rose came about. In today's healthcare landscape, diagnostic ultrasound imaging is often offered within hospitals and clinics, but at a prohibitive cost to the patients. The need for medical choice has become increasingly apparent, especially for those without healthcare insurance or facing high deductibles. Ella Rose aims to bridge this affordability gap by providing high-quality diagnostic ultrasound services at a lower price point through the direct pay clinical model. We have chosen to not go through their typical insurance systems in order to offer our services at lower price points. By not choosing to go through insurance, we're able to dictate what we want to charge for our services. And we try to charge the bare minimum that we can to keep our business going and make a profit, but still be affordable to our community. Oops, I went without me, sorry. Business needs. So Ella Rose is fortunate to have leveraged resources from the well-established Stork Vision. Nevertheless, it's evident that Ella Rose stands in need of cutting-edge ultrasound machine equipped with the capabilities necessary to provide a comprehensive range of diagnostic ultrasound examinations to our valued clientele. As of 2 weeks ago, I was actually able to purchase this machine. So the machine I had was geared towards just OBGYN. So I needed a machine that could step it up and bring the services that were well needed for the entire family, not just pregnant women. 2 weeks ago, over the past couple of months, I was working with ACCT, which is the American College of Clinical Thermography. And as of 2 weeks ago, they helped me actually secure this ultrasound machine, and it's now in our office. By marrying their ultrasound diagnostic needs to our goals the program was kind of like a no-brainer. It was a great, they purchased it. We don't pay any interest or anything like that. They got it at a better rate. So that part is done. However, there's definitely need for marketing, education. Some of what we do in the direct pay model is new to the community and people don't quite understand it. So that's where a bulk of my time goes, is educating the community that we're here, that we're an option, that we can help you. Here, the next slide, sorry. I went through and did a ton of research on competitive pricing around their area. And I found, I took our top 10 ultrasound services, we offer 26 of them for diagnostic. And the top 10 of them mostly ordered in the area. And I compared them to Mayo Clinic, Marshall Clinic, Sacred Heart, Oakleaf. You honestly can't find a lot of their pricing. It's not shown anywhere. It's not transparent. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get this off my, sorry. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. I told you I was nervous. So I went through and tried to find all their pricing for our top ultrasounds that we offer. Just for instance, our abdomen complete is $290. Going to Mayo, you're looking at close to $1,000. Going to Marshfield Clinic, you're looking at $1,500. A big one around here is follicular ultrasounds. Folliculars are made for IVF patients, which are infertility patients, surrogates. These are ultrasounds that are not covered by insurance. So you might pay $500 to $800 at any of these other places where we charge $180. It's out of their pockets. So we offer a significantly cheaper price, and most of them need at least 3 or 4 of these ultrasounds before they can even proceed in their care. So it's quite a cost savings just in that one area. With the new machine, we were able to now offer carotids, breast ultrasounds, DVT studies, and those we could not do with the other ultrasound machines. So not only is the new machine top of the line, it offers a broader range for our clientele. Our target market, we kind of specialize in 3 different areas: patients without healthcare insurance, patients with healthcare insurance but high deductibles, and pregnant women and expecting parents. So Ella Rose, our aim is to cater to individuals who do not have healthcare insurance coverage, making it a cost-effective alternative for their diagnostic ultrasound needs. 312,000 uninsured residents are in our state. The uninsured rate is estimated at 5.5%. When you look at people with high deductibles, the recent data from Value Penguin as of January 23 underscores the increasing prevalence of high deductible health plans, with 55.7% of workers enrolled nationwide for the 8th consecutive year. It is noteworthy that while the national average is 55.7%, Wisconsin ranks 11th highest state with a significant value of 63.1%. This emphasizes a pressing need for affordable healthcare options. Our third one is pregnant women and expectant parents. Now, while we have our elective side for the bonding and all of that stuff, we now can do the diagnostic side. So we can marry the 2 types of ultrasounds together. And as already spoken about, infertility and surrogacy are huge in this department for finding appropriate and cost-effective options for those patients. Here, also in doing the same research for the uninsured and high deductibles, I found this graph by the Wisconsin Individual Health Insurance Market Analysis prepared by Barry Dunn Health Analytics Practice Group. It shows the top 10 counties in Wisconsin for the uninsured. Now, while we can support the entire state, you'll make a note that Clark County is 2nd in the state, which is just on the highway from us at 15.5%. And then you have Barron County, you have, Pepin, Jackson, those are all kind of around us. So it goes to show that it's needed in our area for sure. So I've probably talked a lot and really fast, so I'm going to break it down a little bit for you and tell you about 3 of our target profiles. So first, let's talk about Sarah. Sarah's a freelance graphic designer. She's self-employed, doesn't have employer-provided health insurance. She's young, healthy, hasn't required significant medical attention until recently when she started experiencing abdominal pain. With no insurance to cover medical expenses, Sarah is actively seeking affordable healthcare options. Ella Rose's transparent pricing structure and reputation for affordability make it an attractive choice for her to receive those diagnostic ultrasound services while managing her budget. And then we have John. John's an IT manager. He holds a high deductible health insurance plan through his employer. While he appreciates the comprehensive coverage it provides in emergencies, he's cautious about potential financial burdens associated with diagnostic tests and routine checkups. John prefers to save his insurance coverage for major medical needs and chooses to use LROs for his diagnostic ultrasound exams due to its competitive pricing and transparency, which aligns with his cost savings strategy. Then we have our expectant parents. Emily's a school teacher, Michael's an engineer. They are a young couple eagerly awaiting the birth of their first child. During Emily's pregnancy, they sought both elective and diagnostic ultrasound services. They were initially familiar with LROs through his previous operation of Stork Vision, where they did their elective ultrasounds. Now, knowing LROs offers diagnostic services as well, they value the continuity of care and the budget-friendly approach for prenatal diagnostic ultrasounds all in one place, ensuring the health of their growing family without breaking the bank.
Jillian, I'm going to stop you right there because you're at your 10 minutes. So
Holy
there's,
cow, that would be
I know. So yeah, just leave that screen up. That's fine. We're just
Okay.
going to start the 5-minute questions from the judges, and you know, realistically, they might ask about what you didn't get to yet.
Yeah, sorry.
Nope, you're doing great. Everybody goes over. So judges, go ahead. Ask Jillian some questions if you have them.
I'll go if nobody else is going to jump in. Quick question. You referred to we in our office. Do you have employees or other people working with you already?
Yes, we have reception staff. We have another sonographer. Her name is Gina. My goal is once we're up and running and have enough money, I'd like to hire out echocardiogram sonographers and MSK musculoskeletal sonographers. Those are two areas that I was never trained in, and so I cannot do them, and I will not do them. So the goal is to expand even into those categories in the future.
Are you able to accept payments from like somebody's HSA?
Yes, HSA,
Okay.
FSA. We actually have started aligning ourselves with some of the employer-funded healthcare systems. So this is where the employers are paying for the healthcare, and they don't have a healthcare insurance plan like the typical employer. So everything is paid for by them, and they are picking us up like crazy because we're an easy, cheap option with quality ultrasound, and we have people coming from Milwaukee even to come see us.
Do you already have an established location?
Yes, we are located on Highland Avenue, which if you're familiar with the Eau Claire, I'm not sure where you guys are. It's Hastings and Highland. It's a 2-story brick building behind Burger King. It's pretty centrally located, easy to get to.
Excellent.
You're obviously, certified or licensed in the various different diagnostics you're doing, but I mean, do these tests ultimately end up in the hands of an MD someplace, or how do you work with that?
Sure. So the way it works, you can either be referred by your medical healthcare provider, or you can self-refer. And by that meaning, you can actually skip the doctor's office visit if you want. And our medical director, who is a doctor local in Augusta, he will talk over the patient, go over the symptoms, and order that ultrasound just like with a phone call. So it's pretty quick and kind of gets rid of that middleman. And then every ultrasound that we do is uploaded to a radiologist who reads it. So the report goes back to the patient and the healthcare provider who ordered it.
Okay, and that charge still is that reflected in your relative costs that you were showing there?
All of it is, yes. The only thing
Right.
that's not is if the medical director needs to speak with you, then it's a $30. He only charges $30, but the reading fee from the radiologist is in the pricing already, so it's not extra.
All right. Any
Are
other
all your
questions?
costs relatively the same?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your cost per procedure, are they all relatively the same?
Yeah,
They
we
look
have,
very much the same on the graph.
yeah, they pretty much are. Honestly, we average an expense of $5,140 a month. The only thing that changes in that is our payroll, who works more, I've got it pretty much down to a science. So that it's just easier for me to know exactly what I need out of each exam. So yeah.
So are you doing those costs by like the time it takes to do one?
Yes.
And so you're figuring out by an hourly versus a.
For the most part, sometimes there's a little bit of extra supplies needed for certain ultrasounds, so then that's figured into. But most of them don't need anything other than gel for the ultrasound machine. But the ones that do, they're just a little bit more, yeah.
Do your insurances change depending on what you're doing? So there might be like a certain procedure that might cost more because the insurance to be able to do it is more?
Are you talking like my business insurance, like that?
Yeah, whatever.
No,
I'm guessing you have
it's-
insurance. I have no idea how that works for you. but-
Yep, I have insurance. Luckily, my insurance agent's my sister-in-law, so she's got me covered.
All right, any
You
final
don't have any different
questions?
costs per like procedure that you do?
No. No.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I just have a quick comment. Some years ago, I got a piece of wood, a sliver stuck in my thumb. And I went to the hand doctor, you know, and he, oh, we're going to have that, do an ultrasound. I came back after 20 minutes at the ultrasound, with $1,200 for that
Yeah.
No.
to ultrasound my thumb and find out, yes, indeed, just like I told him, I had something stuck in my thumb.
Yep, exactly. It's astronomical, which I don't know if you're familiar with healthcare pricing, but it is crazy the amount of extra that they charge people for the simplest thing.
Yeah.
And I'm
Anyway,
trying to get rid of that.
Perfect, good comment. Thank you, Per. Okay, so time is up, Jillian. So I appreciate your presentation and the judges' comments and stuff. So I'll follow up in the next couple days of what the
Okay.
next steps are. But thank you so much. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
And good
letting me
luck with-
ramble
and good luck,
through
and
this.
good luck with your business.
Yeah, nice meeting you all.
Yep, see ya.
Bye. I think I've got it.
Perfect. So let me know, the next speaker is in the room, guys. So just let me know when you're ready to let another woman named Jill in.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Only because I'm going to do the sheet later.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Might as well keep going, especially with 4 today.
I'm ready as well.
Hi, Jill. Welcome. Go ahead. We can't hear you. Mm-mm.
Bottom left, mute. Oh,
It doesn't look like, yeah, she's not muted.
The only thing is if you have an external monitor plugged in, sometimes it tries to go through that, but if you go just through your normal laptop, then it wouldn't do that.
That's what I was gonna say. Sometimes it tries to play it through my mouse, my speaker and
What?
mic. Yeah, when I plug in when I go to our other office and plug in the mouse there, I just had that happen with Teams that I had to change
No way.
the setting. Yeah. It's like USB device selected for speaker and microphone.
Jill, if you were to click on the little caret next to the mute button and see which microphone it's selecting, if you click on the caret next to the mute, the little microphone, and then a menu pops up and it'll tell you what speaker and what microphone you're using.
I'm muted.
Nope. Could she sign out and when she signs in, as opposed to logging on right away,
Yeah,
test
so
your,
she's,
test your
yeah,
system?
yeah, I see it. She's logging in
Oh.
on her phone right now.
Oh, she's connecting with her phone.
She's in two places. There we go.
Okay, what about now?
Yes, we hear your voice.
Okay, you know what? This is so, of course this would happen. And you know, I have a part-time job teaching online music lessons. And I literally have been teaching online music lessons for 9 years. Of course, right now I have a problem.
Right. Oh, man.
I'm not in my usual, you know, I'm at the shop and in the dressing room.
Okay,
So
no
I-
problem. So do you have
Sorry
a
about- I'm so
presentation?
sorry.
Do you have a presentation you were gonna share? Like, and now you can't do that, or?
No, I was just gonna talk, so
Okay,
I
perfect.
wasn't gonna screen share or anything
Well,
like that.
that's handy for our situation today. So I'm gonna
Okay.
welcome, number one, everything's fine now. I'm just gonna have the judges introduce themselves to you so you know who you're speaking with, and then I will let you start your 10 minutes. So Tyler, do you want to go first, please?
Per Forsberg representing SCORE.
Perfect.
I'm Tyler Van Helden. I am the Entrepreneurship Program Director at CBTC.
Jake?
Hi, Jill. My name is Jacob Hope, and I'm with the Western Dairyland Business Center.
And Luke.
Hi, Jill. Luke Hansen, Executive Director of the Eau Claire Area Economic Development Corporation.
Perfect. Then I'm going to start your 10 minutes, Jill, and then you can tell us about your business idea.
Great, thank you. Okay, just clarifying, everyone can hear me, right? We're good? Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share my business with you. So the name of my business is Planette Kids, and it's an ethical children's clothing boutique. So I have lived here for almost 9 years with my husband, and we started our family here. And I also started the only independent bookstore in Eau Claire about 5 or 6 years ago. So I knew how to start a business from scratch, and we figured out a lot of things on our own through that process. And when we opened that bookstore, in the back of my mind, I secretly thought, like, I really want to open like a baby shop in the corner of the bookstore or something. So this is an idea that I've been sitting on for a long time, even before I had children. And what I noticed is that moving from a big city, my husband and I moved from Oakland, California. We were following a trend of a lot of families, young families, moving back to this city. He had lived here for college and a little beyond. Moving to this city and trying to be part of, you know, it had such a reputation for being an art city and a music city, and my husband and I are musicians, and we heard so many good things about raising a family in Eau Claire, and we feel like we're really not alone. I run into people, and I have friends in my circle and meet people outside of my circle who are moving to Eau Claire from bigger cities and appreciating these amenities that are big city things like a children's boutique. But it's not only that, it's that in Eau Claire, the only places to get things for your children are second-hand shops, which are obviously the most eco-friendly, but you're limited to what other people discard. So if you go in like needing something for school picture day, you're not guaranteed that you're going to find something that fits or that works or that's in good condition. And then we've got the big box stores. We've got the Walmarts, Kohl's, and Target, which I'm the first to say I'm a huge fan of Target, no judgment, but everything, the style is kind of homogenous, and the items are just like really thin and tend to be more cheaply made, and there's no transparency about how or by whom the items are made. Like, I like it when they just slap on a label like responsible style. Like, okay, what does that mean? Whereas all the brands that I have here in my boutique, I have researched and just made sure that they check at least several boxes of ethics, including but not limited to whether they pay their workers a living wage. One company sent me a factory audit saying that their working conditions were safe and up to snuff, and other companies are women-owned, minority-owned. They use sustainable practices. Sometimes it's the materials that are sustainable. So there's many ways you can find your brand
in my shop. But the important thing about creating this is that I want to really create a community of parents and caregivers where it's a judgment-free zone. Like I said, I love shopping at Target too. It's not about that. It's that you can come in and you can find a special gift. You can find something, you know, nicer for your kids to wear than what you might find at Walmart. Grandmas and grandpas love coming in and shopping for their grandkids. And I'm careful when I'm describing this too, because I want to make sure that you know that the price points, like there's nothing in the store above $100. So it's not just this exclusive boutique where you can only get the nicest things. I mean, the things are high quality that you can find in my store, but there's something for everyone. Different styles, different price points. Also, I really wanted inclusive sizing. So I have a lot of brands that are just baby, which is newborn up to 18 to 24 months. And then I have some brands that are 2, which is the beginning of children's sizes, up to 9, and some go to 12. And some brands even go to size 18. So when I had my grand opening fashion show, I made sure that I did have some plus size models represented with some of the brands that I carry. So I wanted to show you a little bit of my store, and I'm just, now that I'm on my phone, maybe it's actually that much easier, so it's a blessing in disguise. But right now I'm in my bright orange dressing room, and I will step out into the boutique here. So I'm facing out to the river right now. I'm in between Barstow and Farwell, so I'll walk you to the front door. This is my friend Hannah. She is shop sitting while I am doing the interview. So here you can see kind of the vibe of the store. We've got bright, inviting, warm colors with nice, soft, inviting wood that is actually sourced locally by Tim at Tree Purpose Affair, who reuses materials from the city, and which actually goes along with my theme of, you know, we're saving the earth even with from age baby on. And back here we have some more items here. Here we go. And then I just want to step outside one more second to show you one of the reasons I'm applying for the grant is right out here. People cannot find me. So you can see my neighbors have this beautiful blade sign, and I do not. And so I'm often directing, I had to put a video on my Instagram of how to find me. I've used Sidewalk Chalk. I have a sign out on Barstow, and people still, I know it's a major gap that they are not able to locate me. I'm right across the street from the Children's Museum and the new co-op, which is great for my target audience. I believe that the people who are members at the Children's Museum and also will be shopping at the co-op will share the similar values of inclusivity and sustainability and ethical companies. So the other reason I'm asking for grant money is that part of my original plan was to build a little playhouse structure off of this concrete piece, which I was prioritizing putting inventory in the store rather than putting a playhouse. But one gap that I've noticed in my potential sales that moms and parents and caregivers will come in with their little ones who are going nuts in the store, and they'll say, oh, I just have to come back without my kids. And I don't want people to feel like they can't come in here and shop with their kids, because then I hope I see them come back in the stock. But oh, there's one other little thing I wanted to show you, which is that I did have this really cool structure built to entertain the kiddos while their parents shop. But I think that it is limited to 5 to 10 minutes, whereas the average parent probably wants a little more than 10 minutes to shop. And so the playhouse would just be a really nice addition to that. And I do have a quote from Eau Claire Woodworks, which is in the $3,000 to $4,000 range, because he's building off of that concrete slab. And I do have a quote for the sign, which is $1,200 plus installation. In terms of marketing, I'm primarily using Instagram at this time. It's been really great because I'm able to cross promote with a lot of other businesses who have similar values, and then we're able to feed off of each other and really cross pollinate the market. I have, let's see. I don't know, how am I doing for time?
2 minutes left.
What's that?
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left. Okay, let me check my list to make sure. Upcoming collaborations, in terms of marketing. I think, paid marketing is great. I fully plan on utilizing Volume 1. I got some great coverage with the news and with Volume 1 when I opened up. Oh, by the way, my grand opening was August 26th. So I have 7 weeks of analytics to kind of base my projections off of that I did with Western Dairyland at the Women's Business Center. And just to make a really long story short, we projected that I would need approximately $1,300 a week to meet my my goals, to be able to pay myself within the, after a month or two. And in those first 7 weeks, for what it's worth, I know the first 7 weeks is kind of like nothing. It's a drop in the bucket, but I have either exceeded those or just kind of hit the average of what that should be. So I'm feeling really, really good about the very realistic projections that we worked on. And I don't plan on I plan on staffing it myself through the holiday season just to kind of see how it goes. And at this point, those projections were based on a dollar amount per week. So I've been kind of flexing with that 4 days a week schedule. I have a 5 and a 2-year-old, so I'm balancing that plus my other job of teaching music lessons. I still haven't stopped that, and I have another part-time job basically. So I think I covered a lot of my points.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That kind of wraps up the 10 minutes, but any other questions? And now we'll open it up for the judges to ask you some questions. We've got 5 minutes here. So judges, go ahead.
Does your $1,300 a week include recouping your cost of goods sold?
Yes.
Are you already stocked up for Christmas? October.
Yeah, I've been telling my customers today, I'm just slowly putting out the holiday like sweaters and like plaid fun things. So yeah, I'm just starting to put it out. I feel like it's necessary. I think in the retail world, now is the time, but just personally, it's my first holiday season. I'm like, no, Christmas doesn't start till after Halloween, but I'm doing it. And I'm posting about it, and I'm getting positive. And I actually did a poll among my followers, which I actually have almost 500 followers now, which is really exciting. And I said, is it too early to put out Christmas? And a majority of them, I think 67% said it's not too early, put it out.
Would you ever, if stuff continues to go well, would you expand to a bigger or a second location?
I wouldn't rule it out. I love my location. I love where it is. And I would be really hesitant to move because of my proximity to the library and the Children's Museum and the co-op and the farmer's market. And just, I feel like it's just perfectly central and I adore it. That said, there's a vacant 3,000 square foot place in this building that I don't know who would go in there, but maybe we'll give it a couple years and see. I would love to grow. Second location depends on the team, if and when I hire a team next year. Like I said, I won't rule it out, but I love the vibe in here. It's a small boutique. It's 800 square feet, so it's not too small and it's not too big.
Any other questions from the judges? Okay. Well, perfect. Great job. I'll follow up in the next couple days what the next steps are, but we really appreciate your time here today and good luck with your business.
Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for listening.
You got it.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, take some time and fill out your form or make your notes.
I Becca, I don't know if you want me to recuse myself from scoring that one because I did work with Jill on her financials and business plan and stuff.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
Was the name Planet Kids?
Planette. It's on her application anyhow. So it must be next to that Eau Claire Vintage store, do you think, Tyler? Like in that river facing in Dante?
Yeah, it's in the Andante building right there on the
Okay.
corner, right across from Children's Museum,
Yeah,
like right on the bridge. So they've got the bridge facing section while Eau Claire Vintage is like deeper inside.
yeah,
So
okay,
this one's got better curb. Right
yeah.
there. Which I don't know how I've missed that. I've driven by this thing how many times?
Yeah, I have not seen the storefront either.
Jacob, did you explore with Jill the Regional Business Fund, their downtown signage money availability?
I didn't, but I'll let her know about that. She applied, we had a small micro grant. I think we awarded her $2,000. So she hasn't contacted about, she was pretty happy with where she was at funding. But I know, like she said, with the signage and some of her other stuff. But that's a really good idea, Per. I'll send that info over to her and connect her with Toby.
Yeah.
Perfect. If you guys are ready, the next speaker is in the waiting room. Go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Kate. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So welcome to the Idea Challenge pitches. I'll have the judges introduce themselves so you know who you're talking with, and then I will give you the opportunity to share your screen if you've got a presentation, and then start your time. Good? Go ahead, Tyler.
I am Tyler Van Helden. I am the program director of entrepreneurship at CVTC.
Jacob.
Hey Kate, my name's Jacob Helpton. I'm with the Western Dairyland Business Center.
Per
Per Forsberg, representing SCORE.
and Luke.
Hi, Kate. Luke Hansen, Executive Director of the Eau Claire Area Economic Development Corporation.
Great to meet you all. Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Yeah, you got it. Do you have a presentation you're sharing? Okay, go ahead and try that now.
Yep. All right, are you seeing my screen?
We are seeing your screen. So I'm going to start the time, and then I might jump in at 10 minutes and cut you off if you're not already wrapped up.
Okay, sounds good. So hello, I am Kate Felton. I came to Eau Claire in 2010, and it was then when I was able to discover my love for the outdoors. I developed my skills in backpacking and hiking and canoeing and skiing, and really had the advantage of being a student at the university to have access to gear that was affordable and to folks who are really eager to teach me the skills that people need in order to spend time in the wilderness. And also in this time, as I really leaned into these hobbies of mine, I very frequently wanted to be able to rent gear. Maybe I had owned skis or whatever it was, but I wanted to rent gear for my friends or family that were visiting, and that was something that just wasn't available in the Eau Claire area. Of course, there are gear rental opportunities sort of in the surrounding areas of this community, but if you wanted to go on like a 1 hour ski trip or a canoe trip in the city of Eau Claire just for a short afternoon, that wasn't something that was available. I also had a real urge to be able to purchase my gear locally from places that I knew I could rely on. I could rely on the recommendation from these stores, and I didn't have to go all the way to Minneapolis to make those purchases. And so after like 13 years of constantly talking about like, why doesn't Eau Claire have something like this? I I landed on the idea of Eau Claire Outdoors, which is a business that started this year. There's a storefront that's going to be opening soon in downtown Eau Claire. And really in Eau Claire Outdoors, there are some guiding principles that have really grounded me in the creation of this business and has helped evolve the business and the ideas for it. So first, being in nature is really good for our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And everyone is entitled to those benefits, no matter what their paycheck looks like, whether their bodies look like people that you might see in a Patagonia ad, or whether they have the skills to do these things or not. Everyone should be able to kind of cross those barriers to access these benefits of the outdoors. Second, our customers deserve a trusted source of judgment-free information that they can really rely on, that an experience at Eau Claire Outdoors is distinctly different than maybe like Scheels, in that the staff is highly educated, they've tested the gear, and they can make recommendations to purchase something at Eau Claire Outdoors or somewhere else that might be really suitable for their customer. And third, building a love of the outdoors builds a passion for protecting nature. So really just encouraging people to be outside and find love in it, and as a way to be good stewards of our land. So there are three key pillars to Eau Claire Outdoors. The first, and I think the least novel, I'll go through quickly. And I know we're here to talk about really novel ideas, but the first I wanted to talk about is just the retail end of Eau Claire Outdoors. So we provide high quality gear that's available to purchase. Again, it's tested by our staff and trusted and comes with high recommendations for a variety of different wilderness activities: camping, hiking, backpacking, skiing, snowshoeing, kayaking, canoeing, and paddleboarding, and just some like lifestyle clothing, socks, and stuff like that. But the other two pillars I think are really novel to this community. So the first being our rental program. All of the major gear that we are selling at Eau Claire Outdoors is going to be available to rent as well, providing a much more affordable price point for people to enter into activities. So whether it's a tent or sleeping bags, sleeping pads, backpacking packs, camp stoves, water filtration, skis, snowshoes, paddleboards, kayaks, canoes, sorry, that's supposed to say canoes. And then also bundle packages. So like a camping bundle or a backpacking bundle. People can rent gear for really affordable and decide if they like the activity, or maybe it's an activity that they know that they're just going to do once a year and they don't want to invest hundreds of dollars into the gear that is required to do that activity. And then the third pillar of Eau Claire Outdoors, and I would say a rather novel idea to this community, is guided regional trips. So these are trips that might be for people of all experience levels, for people who have literally never been camping before, all the way up to people who have vast experiences adventuring all over the country or world. So it might be a great opportunity for somebody who's never camped and finds it really intimidating. And the thought of like going out into the wilderness with a small group of people seems crazy, and like they don't even know where to start. This would be a great place for that person to start. Or if it's, the kind of trip where people want to spend 5 days in Isle Royale in the deep wilderness, unassisted, they can have an avenue to do that with other people as well. So these trips are going to have a real priority to teach wilderness skills. So newer adventurers can learn in a judgment-free environment. I have experienced personally, like the feeling of engaging in these activities and not knowing some skills and feeling a lot of shame around needing to learn that. And so that's sort of a big priority here for our trips. So these trips are going to be starting in the summer or fall of 2024. Though I just got word that we may sort of spotlight some of the smaller trips earlier in the summer in association with Blue Ox Music Festival this year. So to start this business, I secured loans from RCU as well as the city of Eau Claire and made a personal investment as well for a total of $60,000. And my startup expenditures are mostly going towards inventory. Again, that will be both be sold and rented, as well as fixtures like displays, the checkout counter, slat wall, that sort of thing. Miscellaneous items like the POS system, the brand development, so the development of my logo and font and everything, office supplies, that sort of thing, and then a budget for advertising as well. Like I said, the store is going to be opening hopefully within the next few weeks. We have a building, a lease that's signed on North Barstow at 225 North Barstow. I'm waiting on some renovations. I'm told that that building was occupied by the same tenant for like 40 years. And so there's a lot of work to do. But you can see it right here. It might look familiar to you. So we're going to be moving in the next few weeks as renovations finish. But in the meantime, we're really leaning into the marketing tools that are available before the store opens. So on the left of the screen here, you'll see my website scrolling. All of the gear is available to purchase on the website, and you can find lots of other information on the website as well. We've also been putting out social media posts. We have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. I've already started renting gear to people. You'll see this image sort of in the middle. There was a woman who rented a paddleboard. She accomplished a New Year's resolution to go paddleboarding this year through Eau Claire Outdoors. I've been tabling and just generally being available and visible in the community. I've been donating and partnering with community organizations and have a full branding package completed to sort of support all of this marketing work. I come into into business ownership from a background in policy advocacy, and even though it might not seem like it's similar, a lot of what I did was to kind of catch the attention of the public, to make them aware and care about the issue that I was talking about. And I think about business marketing very similarly, to use really organic and interesting strategies to catch people's attention and to engage, whether it be, physically being in a community or, creating interesting content on social media. So I really appreciate the opportunity to apply for the IDEA Challenge. If I were awarded the funds from this challenge, I would invest that money into the most novel parts of this business, being the rental and the trip programs. So with the $5,000 that is available, I would use that to stock the summer rental programs. So with the money that I had loaned to me, I decided to stock up on my rental, my winter rental program. So my skis and snowshoes and that sort of thing. And so I'll need some more money to stock up on my summer rental programs for kayaks and canoes and additional paddleboards in addition to the ones that I have now. I also hope to purchase a trailer to transport the kayaks and canoes that I'll hopefully be purchasing. And lastly, I do need to also work with a lawyer to draft a waiver that would be used for the guided trips program to protect us legally, just given that it's a higher risk sort of activity to take people out into the wilderness. So those are the kinds of things that I'd be intending to use the grant money for.
Perfect. I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Kate. So that 10 minutes is up. So now we got 5 minutes of questions with the judges. So go ahead, judges. Thank you.
You are right next door to the alterations lady, yes?
Yes.
Have you partnered with her to do any kind of outdoor gear maintenance?
I that, but that's an amazing idea. There's somebody in Duluth that does outdoor gear maintenance just to like improve longevity, and that's something that I'd really like to get into, but I hadn't considered that I have a seamstress right next to me. So that's a really good idea. I'll take you up on that.
Minneapolis has one, they're booked out 6 months. I can't get anything in there.
I think it's an amazing idea because this gear is expensive and it really is like legacy gear. And just there are certain moments where you unfortunately get tears or rips. And so to be able to mend those things would be such an asset in the community, I think. I'm not quite crossing that bridge yet. I'm getting these first few things settled before I sort of venture into that.
There's a no scratch. Is that the name of them? It's a patch, and they're like super funky patches, and they have like hundreds of them that you put over them when you can't get them maintained by like proper people. It's just like this super big unique patch, and get those. I will just come in just to buy funky patches. Patch all of my things that I can't get repaired.
Thanks for the tip. I'll look into it.
So I guess I'll ask a question as far as, you know, the people that you're gonna have to go on these guided trips, again, that being the really unique thing. Is that something that you would do, or you have other people that you'll bring in?
I believe it would be both. That is something that, frankly, I think it sounds to me like it would be a lot of fun. I'd like to do that, but I also know that the trips is one piece that I'd like to really grow in the business over at least the first 5 years. And I know that I'm not going to be able to do it all myself. And so just to begin with, I have a group of friends who happen to have guiding experience, and I've already talked to who are excited to contract with me to help to lead trips.
Kate, do you have somebody to man the store while you are guiding, or so you're not there, 80 hours in a week? Or
Yeah. So just to start, this fall, it's going to be just me and also my mom who's going to be in this shop with me. So it's going to be a family run business. By the time we get to next summer, I'm really hopeful that we'll have the kind of resources and be making the kind of revenue to be able to pay part-time employees to staff the shop while we're out on trips. So that's within the first 6 months. I plan to hire at least a small team of part-time employees.
perfect.
All right, any more questions for Kate? Perfect. All right, well, thank you so much for your presentation and good luck with the opening of your business. We'll be in touch in the next couple of days, the kind of what the next steps are and stuff. So I really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Yep,
Have a
good to
good
meet you.
Bye-bye.
All right, the next speakers are here, so whenever you're ready, just let me know. You guys ready? No? Yep. All right.
Hi.
Hey guys. Welcome back.
Yeah, right. You can hear us okay? Hear me okay at
I
least?
can hear you. I think Chad is still connecting to audio, says my screen.
Yeah, he's at the shop, so his connection out there is a little different, as in not good.
Oh no. I get that.
Yeah, it's rural, so
There he is. Hi, Chad.
Hi there.
Hey,
Yeah, perfect. So welcome guys to the Idea Challenge pitches. You kind of know the drill. So I'm gonna let the judges introduce themselves in case you forgot who everyone is. So Per, go ahead first.
Yeah, Per Forsberg, supporter of all things you do and representing SCORE.
That was a nice intro.
hi Per,
Jacob.
thanks.
Hey guys, my name's Jacob Pelton, the Director of Jobs and Business Development at the Western Dairyland Business Center.
Perfect.
Hi there.
Hello.
Tyler Van Helden, Entrepreneurship Program Director at CVTC.
Oh,
Hi.
hello, Tyler.
And Luke.
We've met.
Hey, guys, we met. You know me.
Indeed, indeed. So are you sharing your screen, Graham?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and give that a try.
Okay, I'm gonna move. We got it. And yeah,
Okay, whenever you're ready, I will start the 10 minutes.
okay, here we go. So we are No Boundary Saunas today, talking about bringing outdoor saunas to the Chippewa Valley. When you hear us say sauna, that's the correct pronunciation. If you say it incorrectly to any person from the UP, they will quickly correct you. My name is Graham. You met Chad. We are the co-owners of No Boundary Saunas. So we're a relatively new company, kind of piggybacking off of one of our other companies, but we started building in 2022 with our saunas, and we are located in rural Eau Claire, where Chad is today. You'll see the awesome shop behind him in the background, and there's our first ever sauna leaving the facility on a truck. And you can see, we'll talk about this a little bit later. You can see it built out of reclaimed materials. This one, like almost entirely, right, Chad, minus the cedar.
Aside from the cedar, everything else was reclaimed.
Yep. So moving along, maybe. Okay. So why are we here and why are we talking about outdoor saunas? Well, I think they skipped it. Okay, here we go. Well, in researching this, we first learned about saunas actually when we were at the Home and Garden Show with our reclaimed sheds, restored sheds, and someone approached us about liking what we do in building out of reclaimed and wanted to kind of partner with us on a project that he was doing for a friend of his. And that's kind of how we learned how all this works. But in researching outdoor saunas in Eau Claire or the Chippewa Valley, literally limited sales competition. You'll see a lot of kits being sold at places like Pool Man, but nothing really like what we do. Maybe Chad, you can speak to that a little bit. You've done some research.
Yeah, basically what we're doing is we're for the building side, we build an heirloom item. These things are made to last for generations, and they're made to be used in any weather. We'll use ours when it's 20 below, 25 below with wind chill, and everything works great. You're in there, it's 200 degrees. If you get a kit, there's no insulation in the kits, and they just don't work as well. So these are basically heirloom items set for our climate. And the fact that we use a lot of reclaimed in them whenever we can, that just kind of adds to it. Now we will also build them even if they're not made out of reclaimed. Obviously, if someone doesn't want to go that route and they want a more contemporary look, like the Sunsetter right here, that's another one we have. But what we learned through the process of what really makes us excited about being into the sauna aspect of things, as far as with the sauna club and building the saunas, is the fact that we're really seeing a big push towards a homeopathic type of movement, I think, is what you're seeing. And especially after COVID, I think a lot of people are like, hey, how can I be healthy and really keep myself, in a healthier state of mind, even especially through the winters. And, saunas have a lot of medical benefits. And that's really one of the reasons that pushed us into doing this. And because of what I just mentioned with everything that happened with COVID and the rise of the popularity of saunas, not just in the northern areas, but all over, you're seeing these pop-up saunas that are happening. And I think one of our biggest concerns, I think Graham would agree with this, is let's get it done here in the Chippewa Valley before someone from Minneapolis or whatever moves in and starts it with these mobile saunas. They're already in Duluth, they're already in Minneapolis. Where are some of the other ones, Graham, that you were?
UP, running out of Michigan and the lower Michigan as well. But where there's traditionally more Scandinavian, heavier Scandinavian
Finnish culture
population.
up there.
Yep, Finnish.
But the main thing is, if we can keep it in Eau Claire too, what we like about this is just from an economic standpoint, if somebody comes in from another town, which again, it's going to happen because the popularity is on the rise. If we can do this here with us, then all the sauna builds and everything just stays local. And that's what we really like about the idea. Now, from a health standpoint, let's just get one here. And if the money ends up somewhere else, yeah, we get it. But hey, let's try to keep it here. And if we can use that to advertise for us, keeping people that work in the Chippewa Valley, from Eau Claire in our shop working, and we can build that up. There's so many building blocks to why this is a pretty cool idea.
And you kind of touched too on the climate, but these are year round, believe it or not. And since we've kind of gotten into saunas ourselves, we do it year round. And now with this weather, now that it cooled off, we're really back in the swing of things. So we do 2 20-minute sessions at least every day. And that's the equivalent. 20 minutes in the sauna is essentially a 24-hour cycle for your kidneys in terms of detoxifying the body. So health benefits like that are really, we feel that's really what people are kind of looking for nowadays. So
these aren't a hot tub. These aren't a hot tub scenario where everybody's partying and let's jump in the hot tub. These are we call it the original homeopath house. They've been used for every culture that they basically dug ruins out of. They found a hot box of some sort, and we're finally starting to discover it again. Other than like we were saying, northern Minnesota and the UP. So the huge Colorado area, ski resort areas, obviously, mountain areas, and the West Coast. You're seeing a lot of them in the upper West Coast, and we see it coming here. I mean, just a lot of the stuff that you see in Eau Claire emulates what we see in the upper West Coast. So it just stands to reason that it's, it will be here in some way, shape, or form soon.
So this here is a picture of our first mobile sauna that we built this year. This is on a 16-foot trailer with a 12-foot hot box and a 4-foot changing room. And we were able to, sorry, my computer is a little slow it'll move here. We had this out at a few events already this year. First one being the American Pond Hockey Tournament in Minocqua, Wisconsin. So we literally were putting the last nail into this thing and had it on the road. We did a health and wellness expo with the Oxbow. We were at the Eau Claire Marathon. We've been at the Brewing Project for some of their pop-ups. So the interest is there. For example, the Oxbow, we had 80 seats that we sold in the sauna for 20-minute sessions, sold them out. And that really told us that this was something that people were wanting in the Valley. Here you can see we also made this available for private use. That's kind of one of the three aspects of what we're talking about today, but this is available for rental. We bring it, we set it up. And in our research on competitors outside of the area, because there really isn't anything like this here yet, we're seeing upwards of $1,000 for a 3-day term with a rental period with the sauna. So the money is there.
There are 3 companies currently in Minneapolis renting saunas, and 3 or 4 building them. So again, it's getting ever closer. And if anybody's going to buy around here, like we said earlier, it's cool to keep everything we can in the Chippewa Valley.
So the other idea we kind of had off of the mobile sauna was just because of the reaction we had when we have it out at events, was putting together a sauna club. And essentially that's a subscription-based service where people can come and use the sauna for 4 sessions And based on how much they pay, that is how much use they have out of it. So we have talked to several local businesses about this, one of them being the Oxbow, and having a unit there permanently. And in us running the numbers, if we were to have approximately 55 people paying at $35 a month, which in doing kind of our non-official campaigns, asking people if that was a good price or not, everybody seemed to agree and said they would pay that. You know, we would have enough to be able to fund another mobile sauna after a year. So then that allows us to kind of, in terms of scalability, build up our fleet to make the club more accessible, and then to allow more opportunities for the
And when
mobile
Graham says
rentals.
accessible, that's actually a double meaning there, because the next sauna we build, the mobile one, will be a drop trailer, and it will be ADA compliant, because we did actually at the Oxbow, we ran into that, and it's something that we seriously overlooked in that first build. That's why we'd like to move on to this next one, so we can actually have everybody enjoy the benefits of it.
Okay, and then finally, so we've covered the rental, the club, and as soon as my machine moves, the sales aspect of it. So we would also build these custom to order, and that's what you see happening here. And these are, as Chad spoke to earlier, these are heirloom items. We actually have a third partner in the sauna business, and that's Dave there. And what he's doing is building benches with hidden fasteners, meaning no nails exposed. This is top of the line, and as Chad's the builder, I'll let him talk more.
It's
about
almost like a
that.
cabinet build. It's that much finishing involved. We're probably getting pretty close on time, huh?
Yep, I was just gonna cut you guys off.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
we'll switch over to questions, and then the judges can
We only-
ask for clarification on that. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, we were pretty good. We're only one slide away.
Yeah, way to go.
Well done.
Are you gonna do a membership rental drop at Tower Ridge?
Well, the depends on how we want to set it up. We could do it mobile where it moves. The other option is if we partner with the Oxbow on something like this, then we can include, we can enhance the membership by adding, that would allow us access to deals from the Lakely to the local store, to any of the Pablo owned properties.
Not to mention a room to be used as a changing room, which people really
Right.
like that aspect of it. They'll open up one of their hotel rooms and utilize it for their
Right.
guests. But the mobile
We've
aspect
gotten
is
it-
still something we want to do for pop-up events.
Yep.
Yeah, if you get anywhere near a cross-country ski crowd, you're just shooting fish in a barrel.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the things that actually got us going. There's a company called Voyager Saunas that's over in Shakopee, and they had two up at the Birkebeiner, I think last year or the year before. And that's what got us thinking about, like, man, these things are nice, but they just look like job trailers. We wanted to add more of a really kind of a cool vibe to the outside as well as the inside by making mobile ones, hand built. And we figured, since we're already doing tiny homes, well, let's just, these are basically tiny homes that are saunas. So it lent itself well to that type of nature of building.
Every time I go up to Duluth, I utilize, I think it's what, Nordic saunas or what, I can't remember what they call them, but
Well, there's a couple in many,
There-
the ones that I've spoken to, it's Voyager's one, they're the ones that look like job trailers, and then Nomad are the ones that have the barrel saunas. And then in Cedar and Stone is another company that you find up in Duluth, and they're the benchmark for
They're the
builders.
top.
They know what they're doing.
Yep.
They're
yeah,
very
I've
well
utilized
done, very
Cedar and
tastefully
Stone,
done,
yeah.
and that's kind of the goal that we're setting for us, the mark that we're setting for us as far as our builds.
Are most of these wood fired? Is that your approach?
That's what we like. It's
Yeah.
more of the I guess the old school is what I'd like to say. It's that there's a lot of benefits from all of it. It's just even mentally building the fire kind of gets you in the mood for the experience. It's more than just sitting in a hot box for 20 minutes. It's the cool down, it's the heat up, it's the anticipation. I think a lot of people like that part of it. Now, obviously, not everybody has the luxury to wait, 30 minutes for it to warm up, and they'd rather just dial into an app and start it up that way. Obviously, the one that would be set up at the Oxbow would be an electric one with an app, so we could, obviously, we don't want to have to staff it and fill the fire and have other people have to worry about that. So it's the heating sources can come from, radiant heat, electric heat, or the wood stove heat.
Yeah, this image here that's on your screen, that's actually the interior of the sauna we have at the shop, and that's the wood-fired stove there on the right.
So how big, have you done any number crunching, and how big you think the market is, and or can be, and what you say there's no competition locally, so presumably you'll get the lion's share of local, but
Well,
I know
honestly,
that Voyager Sauna builds right around 60 a year. And I think Cedar and Stone are right around that same number. Again, we want to be more like the Cedar and Stone. A great goal for us would be, we'd like to do, 40 a year would be amazing if we got to that point.
what's nice is that with the 3 different kind of revenue streams, with the rental, the private rental, the club, and then those are local, obviously. But with the sales, we can go nationwide with that. So it does open up. We would build everything here and we would operate and manufacture locally, but we are able to distribute across the country.
Yeah, we're working on a deal right now to send 5 buildings to Palisades, Colorado. So that is one of the joys of being mobile. We've got a pretty wide market when it comes to that. So, and the same thing would apply to saunas. So we're pretty excited about that. Cedar and Stone, they ship all over the country. And that's where we want to be. But like Graham said, keeping the facility local is really our main goal.
All right, well, time is up for the questions segment. So thank you guys so much for your presentation today. It was good to see you guys again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Likewise.
Perfect. All right, well, I'll be out with have an up-to-date communication with you guys in the next couple of days of what's next, but appreciate it and good luck with this.
I mean, not that it would affect
you.
any judging, but of course, the next round we will be bringing a sauna. So we just thought
Right, that's in person.
The
Right.
finals will be
We should do
inside the sauna.
finals will be submitted in 200-degree temperatures for our next presentation. So
Perfect. In December, that will feel amazing.
indeed.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. Graham really had good things to say about what winning that one year when they were tiny homes did to their business and like the marketing traction they got and stuff. So it's nice to hear that the challenge does more than just the dollars. It was like it made the business valid to a lot of customers, maybe was or lenders or service providers or whatever they were looking for at the time. So that was nice to hear.
well, I've got to run, so I'm going to do my notes, the report,
Yep, no problem. Luke had to run too, so.
I just want to say, I hope everybody else enjoys these presentations as much as I do. They are so fun.
Oh, good. I love that. I love that you love it. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. We'll talk, we're gonna get together in November and pick the 5 finalists, but I'll send you information on that. I think we had 8 or 9 presentations this summer, so picking 5 should be okay.
All right. Good.
Good deal. Well, thank you so much.
You bet.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.